What's going on, everybody? I'm Jiffy Nano, and welcome back to another Theorycraft build guide. This one from Moze. We're gonna do a explosive style build for her because of requests in the comments and because of a clip I saw from Arex, which I'll show you guys a little later. Also, if you guys ever have any questions or want to help contribute to making these builds, check out my Twitch channel. Link will be in the description. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, where I make builds. I've been playing some games like Remnant from the Ashes, and I've been playing a lot of Borderlands when it comes out. So, also on the Twitch channel, on the 13th of September, the day Borderlands launches, I will be doing an event. If you want to hang out with me and have a little bit of a party, check out my Twitch channel, and I hope to see you on the 13th for Borderlands 3. So yeah, so this build was inspired by a clip that I saw from Arex Gaming during his video about Moze versus the Proving Grounds with the two nukes, and here's the clip now, playing in the background, hopefully. Maybe looping a couple times. But he's using a laser and it's just exploding over and over and over again. So I was like, okay, that has to be the short fuse capstone skill. And that is sick. That is awesome. That is badass. That is crazy. So let's build into that. I also had a couple of requests for a grenade build for Moze in my comments, so we're gonna do that. So here's the build. I took the grenade launcher, and then we'll get to the rocket pod for my first weapon on the bear. Then I took the minigun for the second one. But we're going to start with the Demolition Woman tree because this is the meat of the build here. Now, the way that I keep hearing the devs talk about this skill tree and it interacting with Torg weapons makes me think that a lot of the Torg weapons, especially when in sticky mode, will count as grenades. And as we learned from Baru about a week ago, explosive is no longer an element. Explosive is now considered kinetic along with unelemental guns. An explosion, Torg will have explosive weapons, but they now have elements tied to them. I have only seen fire, so I don't know if any other element is tied. It will be on Torg weapons, but if it is, cool. If not, still fire. So fire is still a good element to have. So the first skill we're going to take is Fire in the Skag Den. Whenever Moze deals splash damage, she deals bonus incendiary damage. 15% bonus incendiary damage. This is just a flat 15% bonus damage, but happens to be incendiary, so on flesh targets it'll be really good, but on other stuff not so much. But still, bonus damage on top of your current damage is always a good thing. Next thing we're going to take is Torg Cross Promotion. All splash damage dealt by Moze has a chance to double in size. I don't know if this increases damage, but it definitely increases splash damage size. So the explosions from the capstone and just explosions in general will be doubling in size for about... But you have a 15% chance. That'll probably help take care of crowds. Maybe even help... hit multiple weak spots on bosses, stuff like that. Next thing we're going to take is Means of Destruction. Whenever Moze deals splash damage, there's a chance to add ammo to her currently equipped weapons magazine with a smaller chance to return a grenade. Adding ammo is going to be super nice, and because it's not going to be as good as her forge skill, but it's going to be nice regardless. So if you can get some splash damage going on and you are getting these short fuse procs to happen and adding ammo to your magazine, you're gonna be dealing good damage for that. So next one we're gonna take is Pull the Holy Pin. Moze's grenades have a chance to score a critical hit, dealing greatly increased damage. Sources of critical hit damage do not affect grenade critical hits. So grenades will be able to critical hit, and I want to say, from what I've heard from devs the way I've heard devs talk about it, this counts for Torg's sticky grenade mode on their guns. So if you stick a bunch of grenades onto an enemy with a shotgun or an assault rifle, or an SMG. I think people have talked about. I don't even know if they make Torg SMGs, but I've heard someone mention it. When you reload, all those grenades will explode, and then I guess all of those grenades have a 30% chance to critical hit, which could be a lot of damage. That could be a ridiculous amount of damage. So that's really cool. Also, if short fuse counts as a quote-unquote grenade damage, then pull the holy pin's going to be even better. But I want to say I doubt that. I doubt they're going to let you do that. So next one, Vampire. Whenever Moze throws a grenade, whenever Moze damages an enemy with a grenade, a thrown grenade. Oh, they specify that. I must have misread that. For every enemy hit, she restores a portion of her missing health. So this is not as good as I thought it was, unfortunately. I thought it was just grenade damage in general. But when you throw a grenade, you'll regen health. This will still be nice for... This is like automatically having... If you have a Tesla grenade or something like that, or, yeah, a Tesla grenade, that a lot of people use, something like a Chain Lightning in Borderlands 2, where you paired it up with a Moxie weapon. This will be like that, but without having to have a Moxie weapon equipped at all times. And to help out with Vampire, we're going to take Why Can't I Carry All These Grenades? Gives you a +3 grenade capacity. Just hold lots of grenades. Hold them all. A lot of people are going to probably give me a hard time about Auto Bear. Personally, I don't know if this will be worth it. But if you want to take a point out of Why Can't I Carry All These Grenades and put it in Auto Bear, totally fair. If the explosion of the self-destruct isn't a lot, then I don't know. It's something I would have to see in action before I consider taking it. Next thing, to the last. Moze gains the ability to throw grenades and fight for her life. If she threw a grenade before gaining a second win, the grenades are funded. So you just get to throw a bunch of grenades while you're in fight for your life. And if you throw a bunch of grenades and kill something, you get all your grenades back. So that's an easy way to get out of fight for your life. And the reason we made this build is short fuse. Whenever Moze deals gun damage, there is a chance of secondary explosion centered on the target. The secondary explosion chance is 20%, and it does 75% bonus gun damage. As Baru and in my last video, we know that some class mods can put extra points into capstones and stuff like that. So if you were to put 3 points into this, I don't know how it would work. Would the 3 extra points give you only extra chance to do it? So 3 out of 1, would it be 60% chance to do 75% gun damage? Or would it be 20% chance to do, what is that, 250? Or 225% gun damage? Or is it a 60% chance to do 225% gun damage? We don't know how that's going to stack. But if it does stack, that's going to be really fucking cool. That's going to be nuts, and it's going to do a lot of damage. You're going to be exploding all the time. It's going to be crazy. Our action skills for the bear's weapons, we took the Vanquisher rocket pod and the homing rockets. You can really take anything here. I don't know how. I mean, you could probably even take the hammer down protocol, the radioactive nuke, but I don't know how damage is calculated. So if it's explosive, I don't know if these are like elemental. So would these count for any of these? But this wouldn't, because it's not exploding. So I don't know. Well, that's another thing we're gonna have to test. I took the rocket pod so you don't have to aim, stuff like that. So over here to the bottomless mags tree. This is just to help sustain fire. I've got the minigun in here, in your other hand. So the first one we're gonna take is Cloud of Lead. Occasionally, Moze and Iron Bear's shots will deal additional incendiary damage and won't consume ammo. So every 4th shot does not consume ammo and deals 11% incendiary damage. More incendiary damage, which is kind of a bummer in some ways, because if you're not fighting something that's weak to incendiary, it's just going to resist it. But, you know, every 4th shot does not consume ammo, which is nice. Next one, Stoke the Embers. It deals more incendiary damage. This is just a big incendiary damage boost. This is a 30% incendiary damage boost, which is a hell of a lot. And depending on how it calculates, it might be more beneficial to go for incendiary damage over damage that enemies are weak to, because it might overcome the damage reduction, but we'll see. We're also going to take redistribution. After Moze scores a critical hit, she regenerates ammo for a few seconds. I'm hoping this, scoring a critical hit, getting 5% of your magazine for 3 seconds, I hope this actually works well with Pull the Holy Pin. So if you're shooting grenades or explosive stuff and you get critical hits, it actually gives you part of your magazine back. If it doesn't, then that really sucks. But if it does, that's really sick. We're also going to take Daka Bear, adds a man turret back to the back of the bear. This is mostly so we can get farther down to the tree. Russian offensive, Moze can sprint and shoot at the same time, also so we can get farther down on the tree. Next up, Scorching RPMs. Moze gains increased fire rate and critical hit damage. I don't know if this critical hit damage increase is going to be, it says sources of critical hit damage do not. Okay, so yeah, it does not affect Pull the Holy Pin, which is kind of a shame, but more critical hit damage when you're firing non-explosive weapons, stuff like that. And fire rate's nice. The next up, the Iron Bank, increases Moze's magazine size 35%. This is mostly to scale. This will scale really well with stuff like redistribution and other things where it reloads a portion of your mag size. It's percentage based because the higher your mag size, the more you're going to get back. So yeah, that's 35%, especially in things that have low ammo in the first place. Getting a couple of those shots, couple more shots is nice. But in something that has high ammo count, this is going to be a lot. That's an extra 35 bullets in a 100 round magazine, so that's fairly significant. And last, some for the road. Moze gains infinite ammo for a few seconds after exiting Iron Bear. So you hop out of Iron Bear, you unload on something for 5 seconds, and then, go on with your day. And in this, we're going to take his minigun, and we're going to take exploding bullets. Minigun fires explosive rounds that deal increased splash damage, but fire rate is decreased. I'm hoping that this splash damage also counts with Pull the Holy Pin and all these other things. Torg's cross promotion. Once again, if not, you are better off just taking 2 grenade launchers. But if it does, that is super sick. I'm calling this the Danger Close build. You probably read that in the title. It's more than likely on my thumbnail. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next. It's probably going to be Amara, but we only have a couple weeks before Borderlands 3 actually launches. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so YouTube actually shows you my uploads. And like I said earlier, if you want to talk more Borderlands or just enjoy my content, stop by my Twitch channel. Link is in the description. We will be doing a little party marathon thing for Borderlands 3's launch, so hope to see you on September 13th, if not earlier. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.